Greetings, Hive, of the MSO Grand Prix, the Mind Sports Olympiad Grand Prix for 2022. This afternoon, we'll be live streaming the Classic Hive tournament being played at BoardGameArena. We appreciate you joining, and we appreciate the Mind Sports Olympiad for hosting the event and inviting me to join on the live stream. Hope you enjoy it this afternoon. We should have some great Hive being played. It's Classic Hive, which means it's no expansions. There will be a full expansion, what we call Tournament Hive, later next month. So I'll be announcing that later as well. So bear with me while I keep an eye on it to make sure that everything is working okay here. I am live on my YouTube channel. Let's check out the Mind Sports Olympiad. Hopefully I will be up and running here. Let's take a look. Looks like we might have a problem on the MSO website, so on the Facebook page. So bear with me while I try to get this figured out. We will go to oh, it does look like I am up and going. Let's just make sure that we are here. Okay, I don't know that I am on the right page here. So let's go back to here. I'm very new at this, so you have to bear with me here while I check this out. I had tried it out earlier today. Thought I had it up and running. Okay, so I am going to close this window that I had it open, and I'm going to move this one over to here so I can keep an eye on it. And it does look like I am up and going. Okay, very good. So momentarily, the tournament should be starting. Let's go ahead and get the up here. Here's the tournament homepage on BoardGameArena. And as you can see, there, the Mind Sports Grand Prix 2020 is a series of tournaments being played online for over the next 2 months to determine the Grand Prix champion for 2022. It's over 100 events ranging from heavy Euros, casual games, chess, poker, backgammon, checkers, and more. And of course, here we have Hive. We have 2 Hive tournaments. Today is the Classic Hive tournament. On Sunday, May 8th, is the Tournament Hive with all expansions. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to Get the tournament page open here. And the tournament should be starting here any minute now. We've got world champion Quadlibet leading the way, so will he be able to win the championship today as well? "17 players in round one." This is an 8-round Swiss system tournament. And the pairings are up. So let's pick one. We're going to go to room 1, Sofá Remy and Grahillo. And let's take a look. And my setup here is I have my main screen in front of me, which I'll be watching, which you all will be seeing as well. And then over here to my right, I have the restream set up. Also, my YouTube channel and the Mind Sport Olympiad Facebook page. I'll be trying to keep an eye on both of those just to make sure everything is going well. Okay, so let's see how things are going here in this tournament, in this game between Grahillo and Sofá Remy. And of course, you can check at the BoardGameArena. You can check to see, as you can see, that we've got a player from Sweden and a player from France. And it's a completely different game. As for those of you that are not familiar with Hive, Hive is a 2-player abstract. It was designed in the year 2000 by John Yanni. In 2007, 2010, and 2013, he brought in the 3 expansions. But the actual game that you can purchase has these really wonderful Bakelite tiles of the different kinds of bugs. And we've got 5 different bugs, 5 different pieces, each with their own movement here. The goal in Hive is to surround your opponent's queen while keeping your queen from being surrounded. So as we can see, Sofá Remy attacked with the ant, and then white brings in the 3rd ant. And this is one of those situations where, yeah, hold on one second. Okay, a brief interruption there. Sorry, people. And so we're back. And as you can see, the beetle is one of the more powerful pieces. It's slow moving, but it can climb up. It's the only bug in the standard set that can climb atop the hive. So when the black beetle spawned in this location, it gets pinned by the white ant. Basic rules of the game of Hive. You spawn new bugs in any of the spots that are only adjacent your own pieces. So for example, white could spawn a new bug here or here, but could not spawn one here because it's touching the black ant. And this game is a lot more complex and a lot deeper than what it might seem when you first look at it. It can be played in a very simple method, or it can be played on a top level, very complex situation. It's just however you want to how deep you want to get into it. And so the black grasshopper jumps across. A grasshopper can jump across a row of pieces and land in the very first empty spot beyond. And so right now, of course, black, all three black ants are already out. Black just needs to get a piece into this spot and then to that spot. So currently, black is on the attack, white is defending. And that's the great thing about the game of Hive. It's a balance between placing new pieces, moving existing pieces. It's a balance between attack and defense. Many new players go all out on the attack, don't realize how many defensive opportunities there are. And right here, we have a situation where white only has what we refer to as one defensive bug, the grasshopper. White grasshopper, of course, cannot currently move because it is pinned. One of the basic rules in the game of Hive is that at all times during the game, all the pieces on the board have to be connected in a single hive. It's called the one hive rule. So by the one hive rule, the grasshopper here, for example, cannot move. The white ant here cannot move. And what black did here was place the spider in such a way to temporarily place a block on that spot right there, so that black would have a difficult time getting, I take that back, that was a black attacker. So white has pinned the black spider. So black is trying to get bugs into both of these spots, needing to fill this one first, because if this one gets filled first, the white grasshopper jumps away. And so that's one of the ways that you can play defense in the game of Hive, is by controlling placement of your opponent's bugs. So for example, black only has a very few places that can place a bug, here, 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 and here. A grasshopper here would have an angle of attack to this spot, so that would be a good bug to take the final kill shot into that spot. But unless a beetle were to come in here, of course, if the beetle comes in here, the grasshopper could jump across and pin it there as well. Timing here on BoardGameArena during this tournament, it's 20 minutes per round. That's 10 minutes for white and 10 minutes for black. And so it's fairly quick, the timing here. So it'll be very interesting. So black, no doubt, is trying to figure out a way to get those attacking bugs into those final two kill spaces. So the black grasshopper comes in with an angle of attack to that spot. Now black has to worry about getting a bug into this spot, so the black grasshopper could take the kill shot. And at this point, you may think that black is ahead because 4 spots around the white queen are filled, where only 3 around the black queen. White, however, has 4 bugs still in reserve. And this ant, although it's currently immobilizing the black ant here, it is free to move, because if it moves, then that black ant is already in attacking position. But of course, the white ant is also protecting this spot right here, which cannot be used by black to spawn a new bug. So white begins the attack with the first beetle. Now, interesting, black goes ahead and attacks with the grasshopper, but white will be able to jump out with the grasshopper himself. Vacating this kill spot, and now black needs to get bugs into 2 spots. So right currently, if I had to venture a guess, let's take a look at time. Black is down to a little over 3 minutes. White still has 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So this game is probably going to end up with a victory for white, if I had to venture a guess this early in the game. I take a look every once in a while, make sure that things are still going good. I don't know whether this is... Oh, unable to connect. That's not a good thing. So I'm not up on the MSO website. Let's try it again. Okay, so it does look like we're up. I need to keep an eye on that to make sure that stays up. So the white beetle has moved forward and covered the white queen. I'm sorry, the black queen. So black still needs to fill 2 spots, but it does not look like black has the bugs available to do that. The black spider could go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but as soon as the black spider gets to there, the white spider would pin it. And again, white is stopping the grasshopper from attacking. The black spider can move forward, move to here, freeing the black beetle to attack. And then let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the black spider could, in theory, when it gets out to here, but notice the white ant leaves the pin on the black ant because the black ant is already in a kill spot. And these maneuvers also opened up this spot right here, so white can spawn a bug right there. Okay, so now black is down to less than 40 seconds. Of course, on the BGA interface, you can't declare for time until the full 20 minutes has gone out. So even if so far Remy drops into the negative, so the black spider moved in hoping that the black ant could maneuver away, but it can't. The white beetle covered it. So with 3 bugs in reserve, an ant here, both of which were temporarily mobile. And here comes the second attacking white beetle. So white is on the way to victory here. He could climb up with the beetle and do a couple direct drops, or he could, that's what he decided to do. So the placement rules in Hive, you require that you can place a bug only in spots that adjacent only to your own color. And of course, the two white beetles are covering black bugs, but those are spawn points for white because it's the top bug is what counts. And so now the white ant attacks. Congratulations to Grahio. I guess that? Okay, so let's take a look at how the other matches in the first round have played out. Sturrock won, Frasco won, Quadlibet won, the top players in the tournament. Happy Kiwi as well. It looks like ERFL did not show up, so Happy Kiwi won by default. And it looks like Sturrock's opponent did not show up either. So we have 15 players, and there's one more game still in progress. So let's go take a look. David Pierce against Thug Season. The white queen must be under there, which it is. Now the question is, can black come up with enough bugs to win? Time is not good for Thug Season. He's already in negative. But he's only got 3 bugs that are mobile: the beetle, the grasshopper, and the spider. The problem with the spider moves, it frees the white grasshopper to attack. If the black grasshopper jumps in to attack here, it frees the white beetle, the defending white beetle. And we're getting quite a group of spectators here. This is one of the complaints that some players have with the BoardGameArena interface. When your opponent goes in the negative, the game continues until the time limit has expired. So the question is, if we don't end on time, can either player come forward with a victory? If time were not an issue, white could play a grasshopper and jump to there, play a beetle and go to there, and would only have to worry about getting that spot, which could be filled right currently by the queen moving forward. As the last game of the first round, we're developing quite a few spectators here. Now the problem is the white grasshopper, the black ant can just swing around and pin the white grasshopper, stopping it from attacking. And the white beetle comes in, but white is not going to have enough. White's not going to be able to get a bug into this spot. Oh, it might be able to. So black covers queen to keep the white queen from attacking. So the question will be, okay, because if the black grasshopper jumps in, it frees the white beetle here. In chess, there's a term called Zugzwang, German term, which means you're in a position where you're forced to move, but you don't want to move. And so when the black grasshopper attacks, the white beetle will move forward to here. The white beetle could not move directly from this spot to that spot because of a rule known as the freedom to move rule. If you notice, because they are actual hexagonal pieces, if you have two pieces that are nearby with the points together, there's not enough room for a third piece to slide through. So the white beetle could not slide through that spot. He had to go up and over. And now the white ant will attack into that spot and end the game. So Thug Season says, thanks for waiting for me. So might have been an issue at the very start of the game. So let's go back and take a look after one round. Max Shark, Ted the Naughty Bear, Grey Heo, Happy Kiwi, Thug Season, Sturek, Frasco, Daalo, and Quadlobet, and Sphinx are all at 1 point. So we've got 10 players currently tied at the top. We had two dropouts. So now we're on to round two. Two of the top players playing in room 4. Let's take a look at Quadlobet versus Frado. And if you notice, both players started with what we call a good defensive bug, a grasshopper or a beetle, because grasshoppers and beetles can get out of enclosed spaces where ants and spiders, because of the freedom to move rule, easy for them to get locked in place. Quadlibet is the world champion, reigning world champion, but he's the reigning world champion with all the expansions. So we'll see how he plays with Classic Hive. The white spider forces the black ant to move. Otherwise, the white spider would have pinned the black ant. And notice the black ant pins from this spot because that takes away this defensive spot here as a spawn point for white. Now will black allow the white beetle to come up, or will black shift the pin with the black ant? Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for the Mind Sports Olympiad to allow us to do this live stream. We're streaming both on my YouTube channel, Play Hive Like a Champion, and on the Mind Sports Olympiad Facebook page. And if you've followed Tournament Hive at all and watched some of Quadlibet's games, he will spend quite a bit of time thoroughly examining a situation and then make some very quick moves. So sometimes he'll end up with what looks like running out of time. He's no doubt trying to contemplate, if he allows the white beetle to climb up, what's going to happen. So Frasco's question is, does he immediately attack with the beetle, or does he climb up? He attacks, which also serves the purpose of removing this spot as a spawn point. So Quadlibet has two good defenders. And if the white beetle climbs up, which he isn't, the white ant pins one of the black ants. And now the black ant can pin the white beetle before it gets up on top of the black queen. Or, in this case, he decides to go ahead and attack. And notice what this does is set up a spot here where if this space gets filled, this spot right here gets filled because it forms a ring, the black beetle, which is currently immovable because of the one hive rule, would then be free to move, either defend or attack. The white beetle climbing up allows this spot as a direct drop spot. Of course, the danger here for black is if the black beetle climbs up atop the other black beetle, white beetle will just cover it. If the black beetle moves or stays put, then the white ant could spend a tempo to neutralize and immobilize the black beetle. It's always a trade-off between attacking and defending, bringing in new bugs, or playing old ones. And one of the things that we always do when we're looking at a game of Hive is look at who's winning the ant game. Right currently, white has 2 ants mobile, black has 2 ants mobile. In his book, The Canon of Hive Groundwork, Joe Schultz coined the term ambiguous spider. And here's a very good example of an ambiguous spider. It can go 1, 2, 3. Of course, spider moves 3, specifically only 3 moves across the hive. It could go 1, 2, 3, pinning the white spider, allowing the black ant to be free, or it could have gone 1, 2, 3 to attack. So Frasco uses the ant, which was in an attacking position, to pin the black spider. So now Frasco could, if he wanted to, spawn another bug here. But notice by this beetle placement, it freed up this grasshopper here, which could attack into that spot. So the black spider could go 1, 2, 3 to here, filling a kill spot there. Now, if the black spider pins it, it becomes a good defending bug. And in Classic Hive, you only have 11 pieces. You have the queen, of course, which is the center of the hive, and that's what you're protecting. Then you have grasshopper, beetle, ant, and spider. As far as quantities, you see there's 3 ants on each side, 3 grasshoppers on each side. The spiders and beetles have only 2 of each. So the white grasshopper attacked, which also potentially would free the white queen. But what this does also is, if, for example, the black spider goes 1, 2, 3 and pins the white queen, then this grasshopper could jump to here, vacating a kill spot, keeping both beetles pinned. So Quadlibet's consideration now is, does he cover the grasshopper to make sure his beetles don't get pinned? If he moves with this beetle could cover the white beetle here. So I am going to predict that this beetle is going to cover the white beetle. Because there's only 11 bugs in the repertoire of Classic Hive, as compared to 14 when all 3 expansions are in play, one has to be very careful that one doesn't run out of bugs. You should always keep track of the bug count. How many bugs are needed to surround your opponent's queen, and how many do you have available? And so that's what Quadlibet did, was covered the white beetle, which removed this as a spawn point. The 2 white ants, either one of them could pin the black beetle, but then that would free either the spider here or the ant there. Okay, so now the question becomes, does black have the bugs in order to win? He's got 4 kill spots to fill. He's got 2 grasshoppers and a beetle. And then this beetle, but of course, if this beetle moves, it can very easily get covered by the white beetle underneath it. So white has 5 spots to fill, 2 free ants, 3 bugs in reserve, and this ant here possibly free. So that's what we've got going here. And the white spider spawns with 1, 2, 3 with the angle of attack. And of course, the beetle also moving to that spot frees this ant. And so Frasco doesn't want that ant to be roaming around the hive. So now, even if the 2 grasshoppers spawn, The black beetle can take the setup shot, but there's no black bug available to take the kill shot. Okay, so what Frasco's relying on now, interestingly, let's see if he can. So right currently, the white ant is threatening to win. So if the black ant pins the white ant, a white grasshopper can come here. If the black ant pins the white grasshopper, then a white beetle comes in. So Quadlibet, no doubt, is determining, can he defend against this? And the answer is, I don't think so. Because the white ant moves to here, creates what I called in my book, Play Hive Like a Champion, called it a fill. White ant to there, and there's no way that this white grasshopper can be stopped from jumping across to take the kill shot. Or the other option is he could actually spawn a bug into that spot. And as quite often happens, black can take the setup shot, but then white wins by 1 tempo. Congratulations to Frasco. Beat the world champion. Of course, Quadlibet's the world champion with full expansions. So let's go back to the main site, see if there's any more games continuing in round 2. Scroll down here. Well, we've got a few games going. Let's go see Sphinx and Thug Season. We're going to be here for a while. This is an 8-round Swiss tournament. Okay, white only needs 2 bugs to win. He's got a grasshopper and a beetle in reserve. Of course, the white beetle here is mobile, but if black wanted to, wherever the white beetle goes, the black beetle underneath it could immediately pin it. So the white beetle is not currently a threat. So all black has to do is stop one of his last 2 bugs from getting into a kill spot. And as I mentioned earlier, quite often what we'll do is we compare who's winning the ant game. And in this case, black has 2 mobile ants, white doesn't have any. Of course, the two black ants are pinning white ants, but this black ant could easily relieve the pin on the white ant and go attack because the white ant already is in kill spot. But currently the black ant is stopping any kind of spawn from occurring in these spots near the queen. Black spider, no doubt, is planning on attacking, or if a white bug spawns there, pinning it. If you're not familiar with the BoardGameArena site, it does have ELO ratings. Sphinx has an ELO rating of 699, Thug Season of 369. So it does not look like white is going to be able to get the two bugs into that spot. He could potentially place a grasshopper here with a jump to there, freeing the white ant. But the black spider could easily go 1, 2, 3 and pin the grasshopper. And this white spider does not have an angle of attack to the kill spot. 1, 2, 3. So, of course, there's constantly people commenting on the similarities and dissimilarities between chess and Hive. Both of them have the similarities. They're both two-player abstracts. They both have different pieces that have different movement capability. They both have a similar goal in mind. In chess, you're looking to checkmate the opponent's queen. In Hive, you're looking to surround the opponent's, checkmate the opponent's king. In Hive, you're looking to surround the opponent's queen. Now, if I had to venture a guess, the black ant is going to pin the grasshopper, because relieving the pin here on the ant, that ant is already in a kill spot, and if it moves, the black queen will be free to move. You would not want to pin with this ant, because that would free this ant, which could then attack. If you're not familiar with the actual game of Hive, the original pieces were made of Bakelite, and they were this size. And in color. Let me reach back and grab one. Make sure I don't grab one of the expansions. And sure enough, that's what Sphinx did, is pin that grasshopper. The bugs are in a black and white. It's kind of a shiny black and a cream color, and the actual bugs themselves are painted different colors. Then came out with the, if you like, the classic black and white look, the Hive Carbon, where they're a pure white and a pure black with the opposite color bug insignias on them. As you can see, what I've done is they come from the factory. All the grasshoppers look the same. I drill and paint little spots on them so you can differentiate them, what grasshopper 1, 2, or 3. And then Thirdly, the Hive pocket, which are smaller pieces. You can see the comparison there. So the black ant pinned white grasshopper. The white ant is free to move, but it doesn't have any beneficial spot to go to. So if I had to venture a guess, it would look like black is going to win this one. He needs 4 bugs. We can allow the white beetle to climb forward. That's not going to be an issue at all. The white spider can attack, and then the black spider can attack, and the black beetle comes in and climbs into position. Oh, that was interesting. Time is running short. Don't have very many draws in BoardGameArena tournament because of the time situation. The most common way to draw a game of Hive is when the final move surrounds both queens at the same time. Now, if the white grasshopper jumps in, there's no white bug available. The question will be, will black have enough bugs to win? White's best bet is to jump over with a grasshopper, vacating a defensive spot, attacking an offensive kill spot. Sorry about that, had to sneeze. So white's plan here, we'll see if black can force this, but white's plan, no doubt, is to keep these spots filled so that when black attacks, if black fills this last spot, then it's a draw. Both players are in the negative, so we'll wait to see if it's going to end on time. So what black, in order to win this game, what black will have to do is time it in such a way so that white is forced to vacate a kill spot so that black takes the kill shot and won't end up with the draw. So let's see if black can do that. This is one of the key tactics in a situation like this. Notice the two black ants. They both have the ability, they can waste a tempo just by shifting the pin one way or the other. And that's what Sphinx did, is shift the pin, forces one of the white bugs to move. So white also needs to keep within this spot here so that the black grasshopper can't jump around, do a hop around and hop from here to here and then to there. So white has to stay in close proximity so that if the black grasshopper jumps to there, the white beetle would be threatening to take the kill shot. If, for example, the white beetle were to move to this spot, then the black grasshopper could jump. Nope, he is going to immobilize that white beetle with his own beetle. And we're very much into the negative on both of them, so we'll see. And we've got a crowd of spectators, so this must be the last game remaining. Now here's probably the plan. The plan is for this black ant. Nope. The black ant could have pinned the white ant. Then the black grasshopper jumps to here, freeing that black ant here. White is trying very hard to keep options open so that if this space gets filled, it'll be a draw. Oh, time ran out, so Sphinx won because he had less negative time. So he was on the verge of, on the way to winning anyway, given enough time. So 2 rounds down. Let's take a look at the standings after 2 rounds of 8. Ted the Naughty Bear, Frasco, Happy Kiwi, and Sphinx are the 4 leaders with 2 points apiece. Of course, with only 15 players playing in 8 rounds, it's very likely that we end up with multiple players with the same score. So let's go to round 3. And let's see somebody we haven't seen yet. Let's go with Max Shark and Steph 92140. And if you notice here, I keep track of how many games I've played with each person. If you notice with Max, this is Dmitry Maximenkov. 7-0 with Ladybug and Mosquito, but with all 3 expansions, Pillbug, Ladybug, and Mosquito, I'm 1-2. So a grand total of 14 ELO points lost to Max. With Steph 92140, we've played 3 times. I'm 2-0 in Standard Hive, 1-0 in Pillbug, Ladybug, Mosquito, and I've gained 1 point total in ELO. So let's continue on to the game and see how it starts. No doubt both players started with Grasshopper, and we have what we call a Z, initial queen formation. Max has 2 good defenders, the 2 Grasshoppers here. And that's interesting. Steph decides to bring in an ant rather than a second defender. And it immediately gets pinned. This is one of those type of games where initially it looks like it's just a race. White has the first move and is going to get to that victory point earlier. But once you start learning how to play, you realize there are ways that you can slow your opponent down. You can play defensively. And so that's what Max did there. He's allowing the possibility of the white beetle coming up. But the fact that there's no second white defender, black might be ready to counterattack. But black also has the option of bringing in that third black ant. And that's what he did. Max is one of the better players. I didn't notice the little flag from Steph from France. And if you've been following the Hive community online, there's a very, very active Hive playing community in Hungary. And they have it's called the Hungary Hive Club. And they started this year a tournament called I forget. It's a team tournament. It is the Fair Play Cup. And one of the teams is all Frenchmen called the Frogs. Of course, they're bug eaters, so that's what I guess they played off on that one. Now, if the white beetle moves forward, there is a direct drop spawn point here, but this last series of moves with the white spider being pinned by the black ant frees this black ant here. So black is definitely winning the ant battle with all 3 black ants mobile, 1 white ant still in reserve. And if the white beetle does move forward to a potential spawn point, one of the black ants could just shift to this spot here and remove that as a spawn point. And one of the things one of the better Hive players always do is they always, every time a new bug is spawned by the opponent, where can that bug go? So this white spider, 1, 2, 3, has no threat going that direction. 1, 2, 3 is threatening to pin this black ant. So that black ant will probably move, or this black ant could pin the white spider. And notice what that does is by pinning from this point, that we call this an elbow pin as compared to an inline pin. The elbow pin here has the disadvantage that if this spot gets filled, the spider's free, but has the advantage that when the beetle covers, this is no longer available as a spawn point. Now the black spider comes in with an angle of attack to do 1, 2, 3, pin the white queen, or 1, 2, 3, perform a pin replacement, freeing the other black ant. And different players have different mentalities when it comes to attacking. Some players prefer the control game and would lean toward the black spider freeing the black ant. Other players lead toward the attacking game where they would attack with that spider. Now in this case, either one of these black ants could pin. Notice how Max pins with this ant, but using the elbow pin, it removes this as a spawn point, also removes this as a spawn point. And again, white, by this series of moves, has freed up this black ant. And it's not a good thing when you see a row of your own bugs all pinned, only one of which is in a kill spot. This is an 8-round Swiss. We're in round 3. And again, I'd like to thank the MSO, the Mind Sports Olympiad, for sponsoring this event. It's part of the 2022 Mind Sports Grand Prix, all being played online, much of it being played here at BoardGameArena. Of course, the actual Mind Sports Olympiad began in 1999 and is played live in London. And this year, the last 2 years, it's been virtual only because of the pandemic. But this year, they're hoping if nothing changes, if everything continues going well, Sunday, August 21st through Monday, August 28th will be the Mind Sports Olympiad live in person. And there is a link in my YouTube description to the Mind Sports Olympiad webpage. If you'd like to make a small cash contribution to the MSO, you're welcome to do that. They would be much appreciated. And of course, there is a link that if you'd like to make a cash contribution to my channel, you can do that as well. So now we're to the point where the question becomes, does Steph have enough bugs to attack? And of course, what that does by attacking with the ant, it now frees up this ant, because if this ant moves, for example, shifts the pin to here, then there's no longer a threat of a direct drop. And we see the advantage of these defending grasshoppers. The black beetle can perform a pin replacement or move up and attack, taking the long walk. Okay, just checking out the YouTube and Facebook pages. They seem to be going okay. And of course, it looks like only 2 spots to fill, but the 2 good defenders, if, for example, white brought in a grasshopper here with an angle of attack to there, that would free this grasshopper to shift immediately from defense to attack. And if white elected to swing around, okay. Again, as the theory always looked to see where these bugs are going. The grasshopper could jump to here, which would free this grasshopper, but it's not going to have that opportunity. By playing control, Max has white completely under control. This long string of white bugs, only one of which is in a kill spot. White only has 2 kill spots to fill and has 2 bugs to do it, but one of these 2 grasshoppers is going to jump away. The danger that I see right now is if the white beetle were to go to this spot, it would not only attack, but it would free that white ant. The black beetle moves to there, which frees the black ant. The other thing is once this black ant moves, right currently, this would just form a ring. If the white beetle attacks, freeing up this white ant, the black grasshopper could not jump to here because that would create a ring here. And that's what it looks like white is attempting to do here as well. Because of the one hive rule, all these bugs are immobile, but if this white grasshopper were to jump to there, the spider or the ant would both be movable. And so the black ant pins it. Now, the long walk by the white queen, what that has done is it has gotten to the point where now both of these black grasshoppers are not as good at defenders as they were, because this true pin by the white queen on the black grasshopper, now when the white beetle goes to there, this grasshopper is not free. So the threat, of course, is the white ant coming around and winning here. So the black ant has to pin it. Now, does white have a method of getting that beetle into place? So this ant can't pin it because that would free this ant to take the kill shot. This ant could pin it, or this ant could pin it. Steph is down into the negative, so that's an interesting scenario here, because what would happen if the white beetle moved to here? threatening to free the grasshopper. No, the best threat for white is the beetle here to here. So black has to pin it. And the black grasshopper jumps out, leaving both of these bugs pinned. Now the only white bug that's movable is the white beetle. And black has plenty of bugs to be able to attack with. Black beetle can come in, cover the white queen, and then you've got direct drop spots for the other two bugs. So that white beetle move, what it's designed to do is free up this white ant as a defender. But black has too much. So congratulations, Dimitri, and unless he makes a horrible blunder, he's going to win this one, either win it outright, or if time runs out, he'll win it on time. And the white ant is the only bug that can move. It can just, if it moves out somewhere, it's going to get pinned, and white will be shut out. Black would have free reign. Unlike chess, where chess, if a player has no legal moves, it's a stalemate, a draw. In Hive, if you have no legal moves, you just pass. The only chance you can pass in Hive, and then the other player just continues to move. Oh, and white is shut out. So black got two moves in a row. Now the white spider can move, and one of the two black ants is going to go to here, and then the black beetle is going to take the kill shot. So congratulations to Dimitri. Max Shark wins. And then the black ant takes the setup shot, and nothing can stop the black beetle from taking the kill shot. So let's go see how the rest of the tournament is going on. That evidently was the last one in round 3. 3 rounds down, 5 to go. Let's take Frasco and Sphinx. So after Frasco and Sphinx are the only 2 players at 3 points. Ted the Naughty Bear, Happy Kiwi, Quadlibet, Max Shark, Rick, and Grahio, David Pierce, all at 2 points. So let's take a look, make sure we're still streaming. Yep, we're still going there. Or maybe there's one. Nope, they're all finished. Let's take a look at Frasco and Sphinx. So Frasco's holding out his ants. Interesting situation here because the Sphinx brings a bug here, then the black grasshopper pins the white ant. As you can see, both of these players have ELO ratings of over 700, both top players here at BoardGameArena. And Frasco also serves on the tournament committee for the Hive Online World Championship, which the Board Space Open, which is the final opportunity to qualify for the World Championship, is going on right now. Notice Sphinx plays the ant in such a way that the grasshopper will not be able to pin it. And so if Frasco elects to bring in a bug, it's either self-pinning the grasshopper or, as he did, against the queen. So the white ant is going to probably pin the black beetle. Nope, he didn't. So the black beetle could move to here, but the white grasshopper would jump across, and the black beetle will attack. Jumped across that direction. Interesting. That allows this spot to more than likely continue as a good defensive spot. Are we going to have a game where no ants come in from one side? Frasco has played an antless game so far. And threatening to move forward, covering the white queen, bringing in 2 direct drop spots. Black could bring a grass. Oh, he brings a spider. That's interesting. The spider is threatening to pin the white beetle. Although the white ant could trap that spider in place if it moved to there. That's interesting as well, because the white ant moving to there would also mean that black has no spawn points. Interesting. The white beetle moves forward instead. And now the black beetle is going to move forward. An ant or a grasshopper here could force the white beetle to move. And of course, one of the things people always ask when they first start playing Hive is, do you have to surround your opponent's queen with your bugs? And the answer is no. You can do it with the opponent's bugs as well. So the black queen had 4 kill spots filled with its own bugs. That move allows this to be a drop spot, which would free the beetle. The problem, however, is that move by the queen also allows the white beetle to move forward without the black beetle being free. That spot inside the pocket here, that drop there, now is threatening to pin the white ant, also freeing the black beetle. But if the white ant moves, the black grasshopper jumps out, and we're in the same situation as before, again, allowing a direct drop, although the only bug to direct drop would be an ant. It is kind of a rare situation to drop an ant inside a pocket where it can't move. So Frasco so far has played an antless game. He's got 3 bugs left, all 3 ants. Here comes the first ant. And it will immediately get pinned. But if you notice, that placement of this ant is such that now the white beetle underneath the black beetle is pinned, so the black beetle can move forward. So now both of these black beetles are free to move. So Hot Rails just asked me, am I live streaming? I said, yes, I am live streaming. Let's make sure I'm still going. It seems like I am. While I turned away, the grasshopper jumped from here to there, pinning the black ant. I'm sorry, pinning the white beetle. Now we're down to the point where can black come up with enough bugs to win? He's got 2 ants and a beetle atop the hive, so he needs to get an ant here, and then win with the beetle. But that's going to be difficult because white is controlling the outside of the hive. Now that's interesting. Why did he bring in the ant there? So let's take a look at if Frasco has any chance whatsoever, he's got to get 2 bugs into attacking position. 1 bug that's already in the hive. This grasshopper does not have an angle of attack. This grasshopper could jump to there, which would free that grasshopper to jump to there. Although the other possibility that Frasco has here is if the beetle climbs up to here and covers the ant, then we're threatening a direct drop. But still getting the grasshopper hopped around is going to be difficult. Actually, it's not going to be difficult. The Sphinx says, I promise Ty if something. Oh, Sphinx offered a draw, but I don't think Frasco should take the draw. I think Frasco has the game won. The beetle climbing. The beetle climbing to there and the direct drop there with the grasshopper going to there, which frees that grasshopper to jump to there. No, it's got to be a convoluted one, though. The question would be, will white be able to win in the meantime? Because the kill shot has to be taken by this beetle, because otherwise it frees the white beetle underneath. So this grasshopper is going to have to go to there. This grasshopper is going to have to go to there and to there, but that would free, oh no, because the beetle will be covering the queen. Yep. So white has to be worried about getting a bug to this spot right here where the black ant is. So classic Hive with no expansions can still be very complex, as we see in this situation between two very good players, both rated over 700. Frasco played an antless game. He put in all his other bugs before the 3 ants came in. He's gotten one beetle atop the hive, threatening to get the second beetle atop the hive, and he accepted the draw. Be a good one to go back and talk to Frasco about to see if he didn't realize that he had some winning opportunities. The question would be, did Sphinx have some winning chances that Frasco would have had to worry about? So let's go take a look at the standings. Frasco and Sphinx are both sitting at 3.5 points. Quad Lebet, David Pierce at 3. Max Shark, if he wins, could take the lead. So let's go find Max. No, he's finished. Because he got a draw. I mean, he had a bye. So let's go take a look at Happy Kiwi and Ted the Nodding Bear, both of them sitting at 2 points. Round 4 out of 8 rounds. It's been exciting so far. Of course, this is the first Hive tournament of the 2022 MSO Grand Prix. And let's take a look. Happy Kiwi is out of bugs. Where is the white queen? Is the white queen there? Yep. Okay, this is a very good tactic here, because if you notice, white is going to have to take the final kill shot into a spot without freeing up one of the and what that spider move there did was it attacked, it freed up this spot here, so that white grasshopper is going to jump to there. Excellent example of a defender switching from defense to attack. That defending grasshopper was what won the game for Happy Kiwi. Now black has no bugs to get into the setup shot, and nothing can stop the white beetle from winning. Even if white did not have a threat, nothing could stop. There was no threat on the part of black. So congratulations. As you can see, Happy Kiwi has an ELO rating of 813, one of the top players in the world. So congratulations to Patrick Berggren. That's Happy Kiwi. And so even though Happy Kiwi, you might think he's from down under, he's actually from Sweden. Most of the top players know one another quite well, been playing in the World Championship for quite a while. I was the world champion in 2011. It's hard to believe that's been 11 years ago. A lot has happened since then. The The pill bug was brought out in 2013, and ever since 2013, the Online World Championship has been played with all the expansions. And of course, here's the note regarding the Mind Sports Olympiad. This tournament is part of the MSO's Grand Prix, an online competition to find the best game player in the world. Compete across over 100 events, ranging from heavy Euros, casual games, chess, poker, backgammon, draughts, and more. 2 Hive tournaments. This is the Classic Hive tournament. And then on May 8th, 14:30 UK time, that's 15:30 GMT and 11:30 Eastern Daylight where I am. Sunday, May 8th, will be the tournament Hive Championship with all expansions. So 4 rounds are done. Let's see, we have 1 game still playing. That's Steph 92140 against Alo. Let's go see how that one's turning out. Oh, it's over already. Steph won. So we're going to round 5. Round 5, we'll see Max Shark and Sphinx. Max Shark has 3 points. Sphinx has 3.5. Frasco and David Pierce, 3 and 3.5. And Quadlabet and Happy Kiwi. So let's go take a look at Quadlabet and Happy Kiwi. Doesn't look like it started yet. So we'll look at Max Shark and Sphinx. They're in progress. Round 5 of an 8-round Swiss tournament. And Max started off with 2 defending grasshoppers. Black performs a pin replacement, freeing up the black ant. Now the question will be, will Max jump across, attack with the grasshopper, and remove the last possible opportunity for black to bring in a defending bug? And he did. Okay, so we've got a scenario here where black only has 1 good defender. White still has an opportunity to put a good defensive bug there. Black brings in an ant. Is white going to give up the attacking position and pin the ant? And again, you can look at the ELO ratings. Sphinx is at 715. Max is at 699. Again, 2 of the top players in the world. Dmitry Maximenkov and Pyotr, I believe it's Lewandowski. Let me just take a quick look here. If I do a right click there. Yeah, Pyotr Lewandowski from Poland. White beetle comes in and the black ant pins it. And black still has another ant available. So the problem that Max might find himself in is that he's going to be losing the ant game big time. So he brings an ant in now. Okay. Will the black ant pin the white beetle? It's like two completely different games. Classic Hive with no expansions and Tournament Hive with all 3 expansions, because you don't have the defensive ability of the pill bug. You don't have to, as Joe Schultz, world champion Joe Schultz, in his book Canon of Hive Groundwork, he coined the term qualifying for the win, which means neutralizing the opposing pill bug. You don't have to do that in Classic Hive. Now, if white doesn't immediately bring in an ant, if white brings in a bug other than an ant, then black will bring in the 3rd ant, and black will take over continue with the control of the outside of the hive by the ants. And you wonder why the black ant didn't pin the beetle here. He's probably setting up to do a pin replacement where the new bug will come in there, move to here, either the grasshopper or the spider, to do the pin replacement and force the white ant into pinning the black ant. Oh, that's interesting. He's going to do it that way. Although he could be the black spider going to this spot to set up a block on this kill spot there. And yep, the black ant shifts the pin to there. And now if you notice, this black spider can no longer do a pin replacement, because if it moves to there, it frees the white beetle. So Max is very quickly running out of bugs. Only has 3 left, 2 spiders and a grasshopper, and no easy way of getting the spiders into any kind of attacking position. So if someone were to ask me at this point, who's winning this game, I would say it's definitely leaning towards Sphinx at this time. If white moves the white ant, then that puts the pin replacement in play again. This is an interesting scenario here. Of course, if the grasshopper jumps this direction, that frees this grasshopper to jump out and pin the ant. If the grasshopper jumps, okay. That black grasshopper jumps out there. And then I don't see how white can come up with enough bugs to win. White plays a spider there, threatening to jump in and make a ring. Black brings in an ant and can pin this white ant here. And then both these final two kill spots for white are very adequately protected. The white ant is the dangerous one, so he's got to pin it. Of course, there's not as much of a danger of the grasshopper jumping out here to free the beetle because the grasshopper's already in a kill spot. If the beetle comes in, that doesn't gain a kill spot for white. The only difference would be the white beetle could cover the black queen. Right, currently there are no direct drop spots available. Black has done a good job of controlling new bug placement. Okay, what was the reason for that one? Might be playing some defense now. The black spider can come out and pin the white spider. Black is in complete control of the outside of the hive with 3 ants mobile. None of the white ants are mobile. Black has 4 bugs in reserve. So this one looks like it's headed toward a victory for Sphinx. Oh, we do finally get some messages. We have Danielle and Troy. Hi, guys. So right currently, white has 4 mobile bugs: the two grasshoppers, the spider, and the queen. Yeah, I think I would. I don't know what causes that. Maybe it's an underpowered computer. So I think black just shifted over to the attack. I don't think that white has the ability to get another bug, get two bugs into play. Let's see, timing, max is down to minute 35, Sphinx at 240. Whoops. Because that's fine, you let that beetle go, and there's no way to get that final bug in. I just saw a possibility, although it's a very remote possibility, of this grasshopper going to here, to here, to there. So black needs to continue his plan. Yes, cover the ant. And now you have to pin the white grasshopper out here, because there is a plan. So we'll see if Sphinx sees it. That's an interesting situation with the black ant here, because the black ant stops the possibility of the hop around, because now this grasshopper no longer has an angle of attack to here. Let's take a look. Yeah, once black brings in the two bugs, then he'll have the opportunity of winning with one of the ants. Yep. Black beetle climbs up the 2 direct drops, attack with the ant, and win with the beetle. No way white can come up with another bug. So congratulations to Sphinx. And Max falls on his short. Congratulations. Okay, let's go take a look, see how the tournament's going. See, going still on in round 5. Yes, we've got Frasco and Dave Pierce still going in round 5, so let's take a look. Oh, Frasco's on the verge of winning. Just going to drop down with his beetle. I don't know why he's not taking the kill shot. I don't see any conversation going on. Hope he doesn't run out of time. Okay, so we're round 5. Looks like there's one more progress. Let's check out Sturrock and Thug Season. Okay, 2 queens right adjacent to one another. High chance of a draw. Oh no, black still has the beetle. If black did not have the beetle atop the hive, white could play the ant. If white could force the grasshopper to jump. Yeah, white pins the spider. Now either grasshopper jumps So they agreed to a draw. So Sturrock and Thug Season agreed to a draw. So we've got 5 rounds down. 3 to go. Frasco and Sphinx are taking the lead at 4.5 points apiece. Quadlibet at 4. Ted the Naughty Bear, Happy Kiwi, Max Shark, David Pearson, Greyhio at 3 each. Of course, the Mind Sports Olympiad gives out three medals, the top 3 winners, gold, silver, and bronze. And I know Quadlibet and Frasco have been medal winners in the past 2 years. Let's go see Quadlibet and Sphinx. Our current world champion, Christian Galeas from Chile, playing against Sphinx, Piotr Lewandowski from Poland. Quadlibet opened with 2 good defensive bugs. Sphinx opened with what most common opening is. That's the grasshopper, queen, ant in that angled configuration. Now Sphinx can put a defending grasshopper or beetle here, and if the black grasshopper jumps over, it doesn't really pin it because it's a false pin. The angle pin here leaves both of those available. Sphinx elects, however, to pin that grasshopper. And I keep referring to the Canon of Hive groundwork by Joe Schultz because he coined a lot of terms that I'm in the process of finalizing the Hive lexicon. He compares a true pin with a false pin. A true pin is an inline pin where you pin an enemy piece against the enemy queen in inline position. So this white ant places the true pin on the black grasshopper. A false pin, however, is a pin that the piece is pinned up against the queen, but it's an elbow, leaving a critical point that can be utilized. So, for example, if the white spider goes 1, 2, 3 and pins the black spider as it does, this is a false pin because when this spot is filled, the black spider is free. And so here's the good positioning of the defensive black beetle. If the ring is ever completed, the black beetle exits the defensive spot and attacks. And just as a reminder, the Mind Sports Olympiad in person in London, Sunday, August 21st through Monday, August 28th. The MSO Grand Prix is continuing through May. The Hive Tournament Hive with all 3 expansions is scheduled for May 8th. So the black queen is being surrounded by friendly bugs. What is white going to do? Is he going to go ahead and pin that grasshopper? The black spider, of course, is not a good defensive bug, but the two grasshoppers and the beetle are. If white elects to pin the grasshopper, oh, pins it with the spider. What Quadlibet could do here is pin the ant against the white queen, move out with the queen. That may or may not be a good option because you'd be leaving behind your defenders, but you would have a spawn point that you could spawn. A beetle factory is what Joe Schultz calls it. You can get another beetle in place. He does have some options. He could bring in a spider with a threat of pinning the ant. He could use the spider to move out to pin this spider, threatening to move the queen away. Doesn't have a real good option of bringing in another ant because this white ant would gladly pin whatever. So the other option could be this black ant shifting around to pin the white ant. Then in this case, you have to ask yourself, which is better, the true pin, leaving this as a spawn point, or the false pin, removing this as a spawn point. And now the black spider, 1, 2, 3. And black still has 3 good defenders. And if white ever makes the ring, then the black beetle moves forward. So white will probably bring in a defensive bug into this spot. And he did. He brought in a white beetle. The threat, of course, now is the white beetle climbing up, covering the black beetle, which would allow the ring to form without damage to white. So black could bring in a spider. Okay, he goes ahead and makes the ring right now. Interesting. I don't know. In my book, Play Hive Like a Champion, I have a chapter entitled Rings Are Bad. But what we're beginning to see is that the top level players know how to use a ring to their benefit. Because typically when you form a ring, the other player gets to break it. In this case, white only has one bug that could break it. If white had formed the ring, then 3 black bugs would be available. But if white doesn't break the ring, then the beetle climbs up. If white breaks the ring by going this direction, the beetles, which threatening to free the queen, the beetle slides over and the grasshopper would be. And again, the same thing could happen here. If the beetle slides over, the black grasshopper is threatening, but at least in this point, the white ant is threatening to be free. Of course, the threat is the grasshopper to either one of these kill spots. And black still does have 2 good defenders, but both defenders are in true pins against the black queen. So that's an advantage for Sphinx. And if the white ant pins the grasshopper, if this white ant pins the grasshopper, that would leave the white beetle pinned, and lots of good defenders. The black beetle will probably just climb up. White is threatening to win. But it's not a real threat because you've got 2 defending bugs that can jump out. Problem with the grasshopper jumping is it leaves the beetle pinned because the white queen is in a true pin with the black beetle to the black queen. So the black beetle will probably climb up atop the queen. Okay, that's not what I expected, but I understand why he did that, because now if this spot gets filled, the ring is formed free in the grasshopper. So this is another one of those games that's one player elected to keep the ants out of play. So Quadlibet still has 2 ants in position, 2 ants in the reserve. And he's going to probably be bringing them in now. And if you've been paying attention to the ELO ratings, you can see that Quadlibet's ELO rating of 944 is one of the top few on BGA. Understandable, because he's multiple world champion, current world champion. So Quadlibet's using his defenders excellently. Beetle threatening to come in. That was the only ant that could actually had any chance whatsoever of beneficially attacking it or beneficially pinning it. And now he starts bringing in his ants. So if either one of these, okay, that's probably defensive. He's going to go pin that black ant. The other interesting little nuance here is that if black fills this spot with an ant, this grasshopper no longer has an angle of attack. But if he fills that spot with the ant, he could drop a spider here. Okay, he pins the spider. That frees the beetle. Now the purpose of that spider there is to free the queen to attack. Sphinx uses the beetle factory to get in a second beetle, and so now both beetles are going to be up. Interesting. Okay, so what is Quadlibet's plan? White has two beetles up. Actually, I'm not going to comment on that. Now this is interesting because Quadlibet, yep. Oh no, he's very interesting. He played this so the spider can come in, created a door here, which gives the spider an angle of attack to this spot here by going one. Oh, he doesn't have an angle of attack there. The black spider can go 1, 2, 3. Then, oh, interesting. He doesn't. It's going to come down to timing, I think. Yep. Quadlibet won because he was at minus 29 seconds. Sphinx was at minus 110. Another exciting game. It comes down to these last quick time limits. It can be very, very tough. So let's take a look. We are through 6 rounds. Frasco's at 5.5, Quadlibet at 5, Sphinx at 4.5, and then Teddy Bear and Happy Kiwi tied with 4. So Frasco and Quadlibet have already played. Yep, Frasco won on that one. So let's go take a look at one of the lower ranked ones, just to see how they're turning out. We'll go to Allo and Hakvago. Two very new players. We'll compare how they play. This is one of the major differences between players and some of the newbies. Realizing the spider is the weakest bug in the hive, many new players start with the spider, but spiders are not good defensive bugs. See, Allo gave white the opportunity to pin the black ant against the queen, and white did not take advantage of it. Now black has the opportunity of pinning the white ant against its own queen. And here white again has the opportunity. Let's see what white does. White attacks. A typical maneuver by a beginner. Black can now cover the white ant or has 2 black ants free to move. if we were playing with the pill, and black brings in another ant. And interestingly, even though 5 kill spots around the black queen are filled, white is not threatening to win because white doesn't have enough bugs in play. And black goes ahead and begins the attack. And if the white beetle climbs up, the black beetle just covers it. There's a grasshopper. That does have an angle of attack. So one of the black defending bugs must move. If this ant moves out, then that will also free the black spider. If the white beetle climbs up, the black ant can attack and remove the direct drop opportunity. This is a very typical game between two beginners. As you can see, both of them have ELO ratings less than 100, meaning they just started. And again, white doesn't have enough bugs in play to attack. The only bug that could possibly get a kill shot is this spider if this black ant moves away, allowing the spider to take the shot there. So the black ant could block the spider in, leaving the black spider free to move. White spider 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 does not have a angle of attack there. The black beetle, of course, cover the white grasshopper. And then it would be in position to attack into this spot here as well. Whoops, sorry. See, black could attack with the ant. Which would have a dual purpose, or could defend with the ant by pinning the grasshopper. But if we're talking about all-out attack mode, it could go ahead and attack the black spider. No, that's probably not a good idea. Because if the white beetle moved up, then the white queen would be free to move. Probably play a little bit of control here. Move the white ant, threatening to free, I'm sorry, the black ant threatening to free the black spider. So a very interesting game between two relative beginners. They are probably participating in the MSO Grand Prix and wanted to see how they would do in the Hive tournament. And Hive looks like such a simple game, but it's a lot deeper than one expects. This is another common mistake by beginners, because now you've got two bugs with angles of attack to this spot. If the black ant moves away, then the white spider has an angle of attack to this spot. So white should go ahead and continue with their attack, which he does. That forces this black ant in position. Because if it moves away, the white spider takes the kill shot, and white then would have multiple opportunities to spawn a new bug. So black can attack. That somewhat forces the white spider to respond. Or the black beetle could. And see, there's a mistake. He missed the fact that that opens up the white spider to attack. So let's see if Hagvago sees it. He does. Very typical game between beginners. Congratulations to Hagvago for winning that one. So let's quickly go back to the main site and take a look at what other matches are going on in this round 7. Wow. Brasco is finished already. Brasco and Happy Kiwi look like they played to a what we'd refer to as a grandmaster draw. Quadlibet and Ted the Naughty Bear, Sturrock and Sphinx. Let's take a look at Sturrock and Sphinx. Oh, we'll look at Quadlibet. If Ted the Naughty Bear can win, he'll be pulled up even, tied with Quadlibet. Okay, so the question is, well, oh, interesting. Ted attacked with the ant. See, now the danger here is if Quadlibet allows and oh, we've got the direct drop spot there. Yep. So white has to come into see now here would the plan be for Quadlibet. If he drops the spider, places the spider here, either of the but if he places the spider there, we no longer have to worry about a direct drop. Now there's two bugs threatening to perform a fill, and the grasshopper comes in. Yep. Good job, Quadlibet. Now this grasshopper is threatening to take the setup shot. If the white beetle moves forward, then the black beetle underneath it covers it. Very good ending by Quadlibet. It's not over yet, folks. No, it isn't. Very good defense by Ted, forming that ring. Yep, Quadlibet still has another bug in reserve, so he's going to spawn the spider there. And the threat is the grasshopper to here, and the beetle taking the kill shot. So world champion Quadlibet does fairly well with just the standard pieces as well. Congratulations, Christian. So let's go see what the standings are. He hasn't finished yet, so he's going to fall on his sword and move the ant in, or let Quadlibet win it with the beetle. So let's see, 7 rounds. Any more of them being played? Shark and Thug Season are still playing. Sofari and Steph are still playing. Let's go take a look at Sofari, me, and Steph 92140. Okay, White Queen must note where's the White Queen. White Queen is there, interestingly enough. Okay, can either one of these players legitimately win? Let's take a look. Now the white spider can go 1, 2, 3, freeing the white ant. Well, so Remy says he thinks that he has lost on time, but the BGA interface is not quite exactly the same as you would think it would be. So if Remy wants to win it on time, he just has to play quickly, as long as still doesn't have an opportunity to get a bug into that spot. So Black's going to have to very quickly. That was a mistake. Now the black beetle can defend by there. And the black beetle just covers him. Yep. So there has to be a plan here. So it's going to be close. So white needs to get to that spot there. If white jumps to here, threatening. No, I don't know. Because you can't let the black ant free. So we're going to end on time here very quickly, as long as Remy moves quickly. So black has to pin the grasshopper. Then white has to lock the black ant in so it doesn't move out. So the question is going to be, is this going to end on time before white can come up with a method to win? White spider has to exit out. Yep, so far Remy says that he lost on time a long time ago. Yep, there we go. Finally, it was. It's not intuitive how the BGA timing system works. So we're going down to round 8. Let's see, is anybody still playing in round 7? Nope. Quadlibet and Frasco at the top. 4-way tie for the bronze. Happy Kiwi, Sphinx, Thug Season, and Zurich. So we need to look at either Frasco or Quadlibet. Let's go see how Frasco's doing. Hasn't started yet. Let's check out Quadlibet. So Quadlibet gave up the early defensive position in order to attack. He's got 2 ants in play. So let's see how this turns out. Quadlibet starting off with an attack early. Neither player is going to get 2 good defensive bugs in, so it should be very interesting. So Grayo could bring in another ant. Nope, he elects to attack. See, now this is a very interesting situation here. Notice the white grasshopper comes in with an angle of attack, but that immediately switches the white defending grasshopper to there. So this has gone very quickly. Now, white is threatening to win with the ant. Black has to pin it, and then white wins with the grasshopper here. He places the block, but that doesn't do any good because the white grasshopper comes in. World champion Quadlibet ended this one very quickly. So that puts him tied at the top of the leaderboard. Worst case scenario, he's going to get a bronze. I'm sorry, a silver. Let's take a look at Frasco. Frasco's playing the Antless game again. Still got all 3 ants in reserve. So this is, and we've got starting to get spectators, not all of which are players. So we're down to if Frasco wins this, it is a tie for the gold medal, and we'll see how the tie breaks work. If it's a draw or Thug Season wins, then Quadlibet wins the gold medal outright. Thug allows the Black Beetle to move forward uncontested, but he does. He does have a bug with an angle of attack to that kill spot, so white cannot. These are not your typical defenders when they're spread out like this, but as we saw earlier in a game with Quadlibet, multiple defenders surrounding your queen can be of benefit. Frasco is still playing the Antless game. Performing the true pin on the white grasshoppers, pins that white grasshopper down. Now, of course, the threat of dropping a piece here. And again, we have this beetle factory formed right here, although the white beetle could move forward to there. One of the white defending bugs has to move. these are not the type of classic Hive games that one gets used to. We've had some very interesting ones. Yep, Frasco pins that white beetle. So now Thug season is danger of running out of bugs, but Black still has that good defended bug right there. And he still has, oh, there we go. Frasco finally brings in an ant. So here we go. We've got Thug season is running out of bugs, but he does have a control on the outside of the hive with 2 ants. So James asked the question, does anybody ever play with Ladybug Mosquito but not the Pillbug? I'm decent at the game with the Hive Pocket expansions, but when I play online with Pillbug, I'm totally lost. The answer is the top players learn very quickly that with the Ladybug and Mosquito, White has a distinct, very distinct advantage. So yes, you occasionally see people play with just Ladybug and Mosquito, but none of the top players play with that because there's such a big advantage for White. If you go back to 2011, when I won the championship in 2012, White had such a big advantage that if you ever drew with Black or won with Black, you would almost assuredly win the match between the top players. So that's the reason why people don't typically play with the Ladybug and Mosquito only. So back to the game here. Is Frasco going to be able to bring in those last 2 ants? He's probably moving to this spot to give a drop spot, spawn point here. Okay, Thug performs and that's where he's going. And Thug spotted that and played the ant in such a way. Okay, so Frasco. So Frasco is definitely having issues here with getting his last bugs in play, but will Thug be able to come up with a way to win? Thug could attack. If Thug attacked with the ant forming the ring, no, he just breaks the ring. See, this is a good defensive situation here. Shows the potential because both players have defending bugs, and if either player completes the ring, then the other player gets advantage of it. Now if the white grasshopper jumps in, the black grasshopper's free. But I don't know that. So we'll see how good of a defender Thug is, because Frasco is threatening to jump over with the grasshopper and then move the beetle in for the victory. Because all three defending bugs would be pinned with true pins. So white's best defense here is to pin the ant with this ant up here, because this ant is currently pinning a grasshopper that's a bidirectional pin. Okay, Frasco has 5 minutes, Thug has 1.5 minutes. So if it goes down to the timing, Frasco will win on time. So that's a very interesting scenario here. So black is threatening to win. So one of the defending bugs must jump out. Okay. That also threatens to free up the white ant. I'm sorry, the white queen. So the black ant is forced to. Now the problem is Thug has no more bugs left. So given time, could white come up with a victory? Okay, now, so the white grasshopper can go to there, then to there. That means the black beetle can't move now, because that would free the white beetle and the white defending beetle underneath it. Okay, and then black. Interesting. Okay. White either has to jump out with the grasshopper, well played by Frasco. Congratulations, Frasco. 8 rounds of rapid Hive is very stressful. I can imagine. I've been broadcasting for this entire afternoon. See, over 3 hours, 3 hours and 15 minutes. And then the black beetle jumps down. Good job, Frasco. So, Frasco and Quadlibet. It's going down to tie breaks. One game left between Steph and Aloe. Have either one of them played? I'm not 100% certain how the tie breaks work here at BoardGameArena, so I don't know whether this game will have an effect on the winner or not. But let's see, we're down to the Aloe missed the opportunity he needed to jump out, move out with the defending spider. Now the black ant can attack, blocking the white spider in, and nothing can stop the black beetle. So one tempo difference. The white grasshopper can jump in. Well, there's two ways then. Steph can win with the grasshopper or with the beetle. So, wow, this was an exciting tournament this afternoon. And of course, as we expected, the top players filtered to the top. Frasco and Quadlibet finished with 7 points out of 8. Quadlibet, let's see, Frasco beat Quadlibet early on. And then who did Quadlibet lose to? Quadlibet, take a quick look here. Okay, Frasco beat Quadlibet earlier on. Let's see who Frasco lost to. Frasco had a draw against Sphinx and had a draw against Happy Kiwi. Gold medalist Frasco, silver medalist Quadlibet, bronze medalist Happy Kiwi. Great matches for this afternoon. We appreciate everybody joining us and on the live stream. We appreciate the MSO for putting on this tournament. The Mind Sports Olympiad, link down below to their website. And of course, the MSO Grand Prix 2022 is going on right now. Lots of other games being played as well. The second part of the Hive Championship, the full-blown tournament Hive with all 3 expansions, will be Sunday, May 8th, 14:30 UK time, 15:30 GMT, and that's 11:30 my time here in the US. I have to look at that. I think I'm wrong about that. I think it's 9:30. It's 14:30 UK time. I get all confused about that time, those time zone things. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, that's for certain. But thanks to Eitan Ilfeld for inviting me to do the live stream today. I appreciate that. Thank you all for joining. I hope you had an enjoyable afternoon. It was kind of a tiring afternoon for me, 3 hours and 20 minutes of broadcast, but I was able to get my restream up and running. Thank you very much for that, guys. I appreciate it. And thanks again. If you'd like to make a contribution to the MSO organization, they would appreciate it. And also, if you'd like to make a contribution to my channel, there's a link down below as well. And remember, the Mind Sports Olympiad their goal is to determine the top game player in the world. Not the best chess player, not the best Hive player, but the best overall game player. The Hive Pentamind is the championship that determines that. The last 2 years it's been virtual, online only, but pending everything continuing as is, they're looking forward to a in-person championship again this year, Sunday, August 21st through Monday, August 28th in London. Be wanting to follow that, or if you're available and can get to London in August, you can join up and play as well. So thanks again for joining this afternoon. Truly appreciate everybody that joined in, and congratulations to the 3 medalists: Frasco, the gold medal, Quadlibet, the silver medal, and Happy Kiwi, the bronze medal. Will the same 3 players finish the top 3 in the second tournament? Come back on May 8th and join, and we'll find out. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll. As always, I'm here helping you play Hive like a champion. We'll see you next time.